I'm Heyzeus, and this is a video about how CSGO is doing its part to help people bypass the authority of the Chinese government. Sponsored by SkinBay, the safe and easy to use cash out site. Now, recently in the news, you might have noticed that Chinese authorities have stepped in to regulate the online gaming of anyone under the age of 18. That's right kids, mum says to get off the computer and get back to studying, but it's not just that. They've also decided to take away the credit card. There's limits on how much you can spend on games each month if you're under 18. Now, why would regulators want to do that? Don't they know that all the big games in China are free to play? Well, they are, and I'm gonna guess this may have something to do with stopping kids from spending too much money on microtransactions, because we all know the Chinese love that sort of stuff. They're going bananas on CSGO's microtransactions, skins. And yes, we are stretching the definition of micro here a little bit. Skins have kind of outgrown that terminology, like, you know, the alligator that was flushed into the sewers, but you get what I mean. The authorities want to stop kids from spending too much money on in-game items. Now, this isn't terribly new stuff in China. Tencent, you might know Tencent, a big Chinese gaming company, has already introduced limits on how much minors can play video games, and Tencent is close to the CCP. In fact, they're literally working together to create patriotic games. And then of course there's the incoming social credit system, which is definitely not going to be gaming friendly. Now, technically, these curfews on kids playing online games aren't part of the social credit system. I'm stretching the title a little bit to try and avoid demonetization here, but it's certainly stock standard Chinese social policy. That's essentially what I'm getting at. And for most games that rely on you buying in-game items to make money, this is a major problem. The kiddies have just been partially cut off. Well, they've been cut off provided China can find a way to stop them from using their parents' accounts anyway. But CSGO is not most video games. It has a backdoor. It has a little bypass that kids can use to buy skins until their heart is content, or their parents stop giving them money, one of the two. So, what is this special quality CSGO has? Well, CSGO has a trading system. You can trade skins with each other as much as you want. And you might be saying, okay, this doesn't exactly sound that revolutionary. A lot of games have trading systems. What's so special about this one? Well, what's special about this one is that the developer doesn't really give a fuck what you use it for, provided you're not bringing them bad press. You might remember, I certainly do, the massive lengths Jagex went to in order to crack down on real money trading during the golden age of RuneScape. Valve, on the other hand, couldn't care less. You can trade stuff for real money using their trading system until the cows come home. Now, another thing about CSGO in China, you can't really access the Steam market there. Now, it is difficult to get a 100% accurate picture of what's going on because the Chinese player base is a bit isolated from the rest of the community, but as far as I can tell, the Steam market isn't accessible in China without a VPN. And even if you do have a VPN, a lot of people don't have credit cards or PayPal there in order to deposit money. So from the get-go, the Chinese scene has had to use CSGO's trading to make markets of their own, and there is a lot of them. There's several China-centric skin sites like Buff163 and another one called Easy, major marketplaces that you barely even hear about in the rest of the scene. And there's also players who set up accounts and become little shops of their own and sell skins to people over social media. So, in other words, Valve have facilitated the creation of an unregulated free market in the People's Republic of China, and made fat stacks in the process too, since it's helped massive numbers of Chinese players buy skins. And because all the buying and selling of skins in China is already done through CSGO's trading feature, it's all basically under the table from the perspective of regulators. They aren't going to be able to recognize it as people spending money on video games. So this law isn't going to do shit because the kids are already buying their skins in places where the government isn't going to see it. I mean, granted, this law probably isn't going to do shit anyway, but whatever. What it raises though is the question, because the social credit system is eventually going to be implemented in China, and it is a lot more complicated than it's sometimes made out to be, I will say that, but either way, it is not going to be favourable towards people spending lots of money on video games. Xi Jinping is not a fan of games, but at the same time, CSGO is booming in China. The market for skins is booming in China, so if CSGO keeps on growing there, and the market for skins keeps on growing, what's going to happen if it gets really, really big? Are we going to get the attention of government regulators at some point? That's what I'm wondering about, particularly if the Chinese government continues this anti-video game stance. And it's far-fetched at the moment, I will say that, but it's certainly bizarre to think that CSGO has created an unregulated free market in China, and I'm really interested to see where this ends up in a couple of years' time, because if anything else, if this growth continues, CSGO is going to become a Chinese game, and after all these years, that's going to be a crazy development. Anyway, that's pretty much it from me. If you found this video interesting, please like, comment, subscribe. A big thanks to Skinbay for sponsoring us. Skinbay is a cash out site guarded by a fish wearing the face of the last person who tried a PayPal chargeback scam, but it's also got tons of great deals on skins. You can get brilliant discounts here compared to the Steam market. It's the perfect place to buy into skins. You can deposit with PayPal, crypto, and more, and on top of that, it's also a great place to cash out as well. It's only got a 5% sales fee if you stick skinbay.com in your name, and you can cash out in PayPal, crypto, and wire transfers. It's a huge market, easy to use and safe. Check it out, link is in the description. Otherwise, trust the numbers, not your gut. I'm Heyzeus, thanks for watching, see ya.